I think nervousness could be one sentiment that Cubs fans are feeling. You know, on Labor Day, this didn't seem like a likely outcome. The Cubs were 5 games ahead of the Brewers. The Cubs, for their part, won more games than they lost in September, but it was the Brewers who went on quite a hot streak, including winning their last 7 games to set up this tiebreaker. So how are Cubs fans' feelings? I went outside after the game yesterday, after the Cubs won, to see how they're feeling about today. Take a look.
We always give Brewers a run for their money, and they give us a run for our money. I think it'll be a good game.
Cubs all the way.
No doubt?
No doubt.
We are winning for days. It's the time to go. I think they're going to do good.
I'm nervous. I think the Brewers played pretty good baseball at this time, but hopefully we can get a win.
The Cubs like to put us through stress. They always do, but they always come out on top in the end.
We're going to the World Series.
No doubt.
No doubt.
I know they're gonna. This is 2016 all over again.
Cubbies, obviously.
Why so obviously?
Because the Brewers, they have not been doing good, in my opinion.
They're going to win tomorrow, too.
They're going to win tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do it?
Yes.
All the way?
Yeah.
Madden.
Bears.
Bears.
Cubs.
Cubs.
Ditka.
Ditka.
Taking selfies?
Yeah.
Cubbies all the way?
Yeah.
Let's go, Cubs.
Yes.
Had a little fun at the game, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. How many cups of fun?
10 so far.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. All right.
Max White, but go Cubs, we're going to win.
Hoping the starting pitching goes good. We don't want them to get into the bullpen too deep, especially with everything that's going on. So let's our starting pitching goes.
Solid analysis for 10 cups in, I got to say.
Yes, thank you.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
Let's get a little more enthusiasm. Go Cubs, go!
Go, Cubs, go!
There we go.
Go Cubs, go!
Obviously, that enthusiasm was after the Cubs won yesterday, setting up this 163rd game. Let's hope that enthusiasm continues into today. The first pitch is just after 12 o'clock this afternoon. Cubs and Brewers, it'll be Jose Quintana for the Cubbies, and he has a good record against the Brewers in his career, winning 6 games with a low ERA, so it's certainly not who the Brewers wanted to face. The Brewers, for their part, haven't exactly announced who their starting pitcher is going to be. Chacin is one of their starters. He's pitched pretty well against the Cubs so far this year, but struggled as of late. They might be doing a bullpen game as well. If you want to go to the game, they put tickets on sale last night online. They're opening up the box office today at 8 a.m., so get in line early. Obviously, with the Bears yesterday winning and the Cubs with a big win as well to beat the Cardinals to force this 163rd game, it is a huge day to be a Cubs fan, and they can already see you're setting stuff up here at Wrigley Field. They got security lines up. They got obviously everything ready to go, and not only that, they've gone ahead and changed the flags to the right side of the marquee. That's where you see the visiting flags. Just moments ago, it was St. Louis still from the game yesterday, but you see you got the yellow Brewers flag, you got the flag of Wisconsin up top, and the flag of Milwaukee below it as we get ready for this 12 o'clock game. Now, a lot of fans might be wondering, when was the last time? Have the Cubs ever been in a tiebreaker? Yes, almost 20 years to the date. The Cubs and the San Francisco Giants faced off in a 1-game tiebreaker for the wild card. And here you see the final out. It was Rod Beck, the closer for the Cubs, making Joe Carter pop out to Mark Grace, and the Cubs with their first playoff appearance then since 1998. The Cubs would go on to get swept by the Atlanta Braves 3-0 in those playoffs and then not make the playoffs again to 2003. A few differences from that year to this year. That year, obviously, if the Cubs lost, they would not even make the playoffs. This year, if the Cubs lose tonight, they got another game tomorrow for the wild card. So are fans getting excited? Are people lining up for tickets, which open up at 8? Well, we got 2 people in line about an hour before the box office opens up. Talked to one of the gentlemen there. He doesn't really want to go on camera right now. He's first in line. And then the woman is from the south suburbs. She's excited for the game a little bit later on, but again, a little camera shy. So what are the game details? The game is at 12:09 technically, so we'll just call it just afternoon this afternoon. It'll be Jose Quintana for the Cubs. He's dominated the Brewers throughout his career, and the Brewers have yet to announce their starter. So we'll have to wait and see if they're doing a bullpen game or they're going to put a starter in there. So a lot of tension, a lot of excitement coming up before this big game. Again, as I mentioned, neither of these teams are done if they lose today. If the Cubs lose, they will host a wild card game tomorrow, opponent TBD. If the Brewers lose, they'll head back to Milwaukee and they'll host the wild card game tomorrow night instead. Eventually, these two teams might actually meet up by the end of the week. They might end up together in a divisional series coming up starting on Thursday, either in Chicago or Milwaukee. Basically, that's a lot of details. Let's just hope the Cubs win today. That's all I got to say about that. People are pretty excited about the game, obviously. Ernie Banks were in front of the statue. His famous saying, "Let's play 2." That was in reference to doubleheaders, but for the Cubs, they got 2 chances now to move on to the divisional round on Thursday. The first one comes tonight as a tiebreaker. The Cubs hope to beat the Brewers and win the NL Central crown. You know, Cubs fans often superstitious, so I wanted to ask Cubs fans as they left the game yesterday, are they worried, superstitious? What are they going to be doing for the game today? Take a look.
I
Nope.
do. Like,
What
I have
happened?
my socks.
Let's see those Cubby socks. Here, I'll hold your feet up, girl. Let's go, Cubby socks.
I have my Cubby socks.
I have my hat with my pin.
Gotta have the pin.
Got the pin. Got the lucky penny in the pocket.
Yeah, that's why the Cubs won.
It's always that?
Yeah, got to turn it on and then they win.
Is that battery operated? What is
Yeah,
that?
it is. There's a battery in the back.
You wear those every game?
I do.
How often do you wash them?
Every once in a while. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
What makes this penny so lucky?
Because it's smashed and it's got Clark Bear.
Oh, a little
Yeah.
Clark Bear in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Same sweater, same underwears every time Express.
We have a brand new grandson because of that World Series. I'm ready for another one.
Wait, because of the celebration?
Yes.
Hope for the rain and get the big win. Just drink a bunch of beer and enjoy the game. You know, the Cubs are going to win it.
That's your good luck charm.
That's my good luck charm.
Just 9 months later,
9 months later, she had Jacoby J.
So it was quite a celebration for everybody.
So I'm ready to be a grandma again.
Let's go.
Every time I go to the Cubs game, they win.
I'm positive. Yes.
Positivity.
Go, Cubs! All right, so the tickets go on sale at 8 a.m. officially. You can see they're setting up the guardrails now to try and keep these fans orderly. Not a ton of fans here. Honestly, I thought there'd be a little bit more enthusiasm. Cubs fans have certainly been spoiled in recent years. The first pitch is just after noon today. I'm with some excited fans who got here bright and early. These ticket windows open up at 8 o'clock for the rest of the tickets for game 163. I'm here with Rick and Greg. How you guys doing this morning?
Great, we're feeling good.
Rick, all right, so you got here, you're first in line on this window. What made you come down here and get tickets this early?
Called my wife, told her that, hey, we're going to go to the Cubs game today.
Did you have to call off work, or you got some time?
I called off, she's coming in.
All right, so is it okay that you're on TV right now? Just give a little cough. Give a little cough. There you go. You're a little under the weather. Greg, you excited about the game tonight?
Yes, I am. Game 163. How often do we get to go to a game 163?
It's been 20 years since the Cubs played the Giants. Speaking of game 163, Cubs are pitching Jose Quintana, obviously. He pitches well against the Brewers. How you feeling?
Got my fingers crossed.
All of them?
And my toes.
The toes, too, exactly.
Yes, yes.
That might help keep you a little warm here. You ready?
I'm ready, yes.
All right, Brewers have won 7 in a row to get to this point. Rick, how are you feeling about the game?
I feel good. I feel like the Cubs are going to do a great job today.
Yep. And
A
where
lot of runs on yesterday.
that's what I feel like too. They scored a lot of runs yesterday. Good omen for today. Where are you guys hoping to sit? Anywhere particular?
Anywhere's good.
Anywhere's good. How about you?
Give me a seat. I'll be there.
You get a seed, and you.
3, but I need 3 today. I'm hoping for 3.
You're going to get 3. You guys are first in line. Ticket windows open up at 8 o'clock, guys. The first pitch is just after noon. The anticipation building.